Thursday, December 19th. Man, I didn't get to the gym until about 9:15, 9:30. Had a couple other things going on during the day, and if you saw yesterday's update, I skipped Wednesday, leg day. So today when I got there, shoulder day, so I did some shoulders and I added in legs, and I was gassed. Man. And I still did some of the assisted pull-ups since my goal is to do a unassisted pull-up someday. So every day that I'm at the gym, I'm gonna do assisted pull-ups as much as I can. And it normally tires me out because I go as hard as I can. And I got mad today because it's like I did like 5 neutral grip pull-ups and had to stop. And I was just like, this is unreal. Like I put it all the way down to 175, which is almost the max assisted weight. And I was tired getting to the gym. I was tired at the gym, and I did twice as much, exercises and movements than I normally would in one day. So I knew I was tired. So that's why I started at 175. And after I did 5, I said, forget this. Put the extra 2 5-pound weights down. So it was 185. Did a couple of the back ones. So the flat grip ones. Started having a little bit of a pinch my elbow for some reason. So I just went back to the neutral grip. And I did a set of 10. That 10th was hard as hell. Then I took like a 5-minute break, just sucking in air. I mean, like, I was so tired. I'm leaning over, breathing super deep, getting as much oxygen in the blood as I could. And as soon as I step up to try to get back on the assist machine, I'm like, I don't want to do this. And that made me even more mad. So I got on and I got 10 more. And those last 3 were, I don't know how I got those last 3 up. I don't know how I got my chin all the way up to the top of the machine. That last 10th one was so hard that I actually didn't stop until my shoulders hit the other bars. Like my head was way over. I was just so mad. Anyway, it was I left every ounce of energy I had there at the gym today. Man, it was hard. It was not an easy day, but it was a good session, so it was worth it. Needed a little bit too with the way markets are. Oh my God, Bitcoin is like crashing to zero. I mean, it's going to zero. Okay, maybe not, but it's getting pretty close. Okay, not really. I mean, it's still in the high 90s, but it feels like that, right? Now remember, like back in the other cycles, like 2020 and 2021, like when Bitcoin went up 600%, there was 5 different times, 5 times that Bitcoin dropped roughly 27%. There was some, like I think was 23. There was one at almost 30, but huge drops 5 different times as it went up a 7x, right? Over like 9 months. And most of those drops happened in a short amount of time. Some of them just 3 or 4 days, which is exactly like what we're experiencing right now. But this wasn't even that big of a drop. I mean, it was big and it was quick, and it may not be over. It's, it's almost the 20th, but it's Thursday night right now. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. But it went from, what was our peak? 108 earlier in the week. And then it went down all the way to about 95. So that's about a 16 or 17% drop. So it's actually not as big as some of the other drops that, we've seen. But again, this is 16 or 17% so far. So we'll see what happens. I hope you all got into Fartcoin. That thing surpassed 1 billion market cap today and ended up tapping $1.3 billion market cap. Fartcoin. It's pretty cool. This is one of the first memes to really pop off. One of the first new memes to really pop off this cycle. It's interesting because it seems to really have started because of an AI agent, an AI chatbot. So it's an interesting play. So we'll see if this one sticks around and if this becomes the big one of the cycle or not. It very well could be. I'm not able to get in it because right now all my stuff is allocated. I don't have any spare cash. So for me to be able to buy anything else, I'd have to sell something. And I have to make sure for the rest of this month I don't actually have any kind of gains to report just due to personal things. January 1st came on. If I want Fartcoin and January 1st it looks like a good buy, I might be buying it. We'll see. So anyway, I don't know if any of you have been in that, but if you have, congrats. It's been pretty good. We'll see if that thing crashes. These things tend to, if it's not something that sticks in the cycle, we'll probably see it drop like 50 to 70%. before it kind of picks back up. And I mean, it'll be played with for months, but if it doesn't pick up and catch steam and catch on for the whole cycle, it'll still kind of be volatile for the next few months at worst case scenario, but has a chance to do really well. We'll see. So nothing else really going on in the markets. The rate cuts, everybody was expecting 0.25 basis points. We got 0.25 basis points. Liquidity cycle's going kind of as predicted. We expect global M2 to drop. It has dropped, so the lagging indicator is about a 10 to 12 week lag on global M2. So we would assume the markets in general, all I really care about is Bitcoin, but the markets you would think would drop mid-January, which kind of coincides perfectly with a few other things we talked about, right? You know, we talked about the Santa rally kind of popping off a little bit right after Christmas, but then coming right back in the end of January, dropping, and then off to Valhalla, right? To the moon we go. So yeah, hope things are doing good for you guys. It's been unrealized losses. Remember these days, if this is your first cycle that you're in and you're in with a substantial amount or a decent part of your portfolio is in crypto, remember how this feels, right? Screenshot those losses, right? Just like you screenshot all your gains. If you got a massive loss like I did, the biggest one-day loss I've ever had was when I woke up this morning for the last 24 hours. Screenshot that, save that. Remember how those feel, because there'll be a couple other times as the market goes up that we're going to see those pullbacks, and it feels like it hurts, but it really doesn't when you kind of zoom out. Zooming out's the best thing you can ever do on those days. So hope things are going good. If it doesn't feel good, that's okay. Just hang in there. All right, probably won't have another update for a few days, but if I get back on here, I'm sure it'll be important, like everything else I say. All right, guys. Have a good night.